organizing the exhibit and those who express their support in any way they can in helping set up this exhibit. We thank you to the bottom of our hearts. And this, first of all, this exhibit is very memorable, in line with our theme, because not only this is the first time we as Pintabs officers and as young artists, the first time namin na mag-organize ng group exhibit ever in a gallery. It is also the first exhibit, physical exhibit, after 2 years being in lockdown. So we came up with the theme memory because besides from it being universal, broad, and daming pwedeng paghuhutan, no? We think it is very relevant during this time, especially going through crisis after crisis. It's a normal human response to go back and reminisce, but it's also important to look back at and remember what we've learned and apply it to our experiences today. So to further explain our theme, I would like to introduce Micah Mayor, our PRO, and the one who wrote the exhibition notes to explain more about it.
So good afternoon to everyone, to all artists, students, parents, supporters, professors especially, and to every guest present here. I would like to first introduce myself again. My name is Micah Mayor. I am the 6th PRO of Pintabs and one of the co-organizers of this exhibit. So I know that the past few years have been tough, especially on students and everybody. Pero for artists like us who rely on being able to display their artworks on a gallery and being able to communicate and connect with other artists, it's been tough to not be able to connect us katulad nung dati. But we're glad to be able to be the first group that would open the gallery with this group exhibit called Salamisim. I'm sorry if I butchered the title because it's a mouthful for me. Pero yeah, our takeaway or like our take-off point for this exhibit is how during the pandemic everybody was very nostalgic. Everybody was reminiscing. Did you guys feel that? Like you had that urge to go back to the past and see how far you've become. Pero while we were planning this exhibit, we discovered that reminiscing is actually beneficial, and it's parang sa psychology, it's considered po as a way of processing things. And in a way, yun po yung ginawa ng mga artists to be able to produce these works. For example, na we didn't really try to focus on one specific memory, like maybe childhood. We wanted to come from the artist na I know na wanted to make works na to be very relatable. Pero ayun, so I hope that everybody can find a piece of work as you go through the work na would resonate with you, na sana would tickle your memory, yon. And also we hope na for the artists themselves that this would serve as a time capsule, as a record na this has where you are right now as an artist and where you are as a person na I survived the pandemic, and I hope that this would be a core memory for you as you start on your career. So yeah, I hope everybody would enjoy this quick and small group exhibit that is from the bottom of our hearts, and I hope na this would also be a good memory not just for the artists but for the people that supported them as well. Ayan. So without further ado, thank you everyone for listening to our opening remarks. But now we will be opening the gallery doors for you to be able to look around at your own pace. Pero we will be encouraging po yung student artists to be explaining their works as you go. So yeah, if you guys would like to stand up, we'll start the quick tour. just want to have a quick refreshment on what this tour is about. We have this exhibition, but we could go ahead with Chris's work if she's here. Can you please step forward? Give us a bit of idea of your inspiration.
Nasa yung memory ng traditional twerking kasi wala pa rin nagawa. Small effort pero sobrang meaningful.
Thank you, nice.
Is there a particular meaning to why guitar pati yung imagery ng guitar sa flowers?
And with flowers. Diba kasi dati, nowadays yung mga kabataan nagmamadali. So, uso yung ligawan na lang sa Facebook. Pero sa ngayon, sobrang pag ginawa niya sa'yo ng guide, grabe, iba yung
Parang first-hand experience, ah. Nice.
So we also encourage the guests to ask questions and maybe share a bit of memories na related sa mga work. So if you have anything, just raise your hand. So do you have any question for Marisa and about her process? But if not, we could move on to the next work. But so far po wala naman po. Okay.
Mahirap mag-edit. Panahon ko yan eh.
Huli ka, sir.
So life is not still present with us, but ito yung work niya, ang main niya ay photography. So ito, Mary went where? What she wrote in her description is, we reminisce, sometimes in circles, yet we can still blissfully recall those joyous memories. And then here, her second work is Agkita Titan. I'm not sure if that's correct. The description is, neither it was too soon to go nor too late to meet. Till next time. So next work is ito yung kay Kristen. Kristen, nandito ka ba ngayon?
Paramdam ka. Dalawin ng baso.
Open your mic na lang po, Kristen.
So, yung works na po is a digital illustration. This one po mostly convey the feeling of nostalgia whenever you look at a picture or whenever you recall a memory, the warmth or happiness that you feel at the time. And this one is all about childhood memories or the time you spent your summertime, like going outside and so.
Thank you, Kristen.
Pero everybody's in charge din naman po after presentation to go around.
Hindi ko na po.
Okay. So we have Louie!
My artwork is all about, kung hindi nyo pansin, it's about childhood memories. Sana, I think naman lahat tayo naka-experience pa since hindi pa naman tayo masyadong ma-phone before. Ayun. So, also, yung sa pag-paint ko, I also added na parang yung sa art, yung mga scribble. Yung syempre naman siguro kahit hindi natin like, din lalo maging artist before. We used to draw lang sa yan lang.
Okay, so behind ito naman yung kay, wala pa si Ethan pero the title niya is What I Kept and Left. Yung description niya ay, our memory is a perception, recollection, and preservation of our experiences, both the good and the bad. There are those we reminisce, forget, and choose to forget but linger. Just like a pad of paper, our mistakes, drama, burdens will always be there no matter how many times we start over and turn a new leaf. It has become part of our lives whether we wanted it or not. It is important to note that whatever the action taken or lack thereof was intentionally or unintentionally, it is not the definition of being.
Next, Larissa. Larissa.
Hello, I'm Gunita. So, this artwork, ginamit ko dito is yung luma kong digital art nung junior high. And then ginawa ko siyang childlike scribble kasi first medium ko is watercolor. And then this is my dedication to my younger self who's always afraid to unlock yung possibilities. Kasi lahat naman tayo may takot eh. So dito ko nirank lahat ng mga kailangan kong i-rank. So not all colors are happy. So as we know, lahat ng mga code tones doon na in-explain yung solitude, yung sadness, and everything. But for me, opposite yung ginagawa ko. Kaya dripping mascara kasi that time was event yun. Yeah, someone broke my heart. Okay lang yun, lahat naman tayo yung stages na that's me.
Hi everyone! So kasama po ako sa exhibit. So this is actually a self-portrait artwork for 2022. I made this around the early stages of mga election time. So basically, as you can see, yung metaphor ko po sa work ko, ginugupit ko yung buhok ko, and turns out, nagawa ko na po siya ngayon. Ayan. So, bali my idea, I called it Timpe, because during the first half of 2021, there were a lot of things that were not, as I should say, very beautiful. It was a very hard time for me, and kasi when the pandemic started, sakto po kasi nagpagupit ako. Sabi ko, pag hindi pa nagbumayos yung pandemic, hindi ako magpapagupit. If you could see me last week po, hanggang dito na po yung buhok kasi hindi po talaga ako nagpagupit hanggang pandemic. Kaya I made Timpe kasi during the first half of 2022, so sobrang stress ko, gusto ko lang tanggalin lahat ng buhok ko. So instead of actually doing it, but I did actually doing it, I used a metaphor na just cutting it off now with just my fingers, just to give myself a feeling of resolute na okay lang yan, dadaan din dyan. Yeah. Pero just disclaimer, hindi ko ako stress ngayon, gusto ko lang po talaga tanggalin mo kasi mabigat na. So thank you! Let's go forward.
Okay, Jax. So, yung title ng gawa ko is Maria Impact. So, bali may meaning sa akin yung Maria Clara kasi dati, nung bata pa ako, is mahilig ako mag-drawing po ng mga ng Maria Clara or what. So, parang nag-practice ako ng realism. And yung first medium ko dati is color pencil. So, inipot ko na din yung color. Dinrawing ko siya as color pencil. And, pati din yung mga, mga tissue or what. Kasi, medyo nagpa-practice ako dati mag-texture. Maggawa ng mga texture art. And, yung sa pusa naman, kaya may hawak si Maria ng pusa kasi dati po, mahilig po ako sa pusa and that cat po is yung kulay, ganyan po yung kulay po dati ng pusa ko po and she died and yun, nilagay ko po siya as, as memory po. Yun lang.
So this is made by Franz, napapalamig sa bago ngayon. Yung description niya, the artwork concept is a homage to my first memory of encountering cassette tapes and love for music. Also the memory of making mixtapes using cassette tapes during the 90s. Making mixtapes back then was a way to communicate a message to someone. It was some sort of love letter for another person. You gather the songs that convey your feelings and send them to the person you want to tell those feelings to. Kasi nung una Spotify feelings.
So from nakaraan na ito.
Correct. May evolution.
Kasi ako before, for the rest of yung pakilala to, ang katapat na itong ballpen, kung
Correct.
mag-rewind.
Rewind.
At saka mag-fast forward din yun.
Ito pala si Kita, gusto mo explain yung work na?
Oo, please.
Explain yung work na. Ito yung ba?
So before I talk about my work, I usually give a background as to who I am or what I do as an artist. So, for this work, most of you might know me as SFAD, but today I am going by my artist persona, Haida. So, Haida is a very enigmatic, I would say, very in your head type of person. So, a lot of what Haida does has to deal with social commentary, mental health, and lived experiences. So for this work, it's entitled What I Kept and Left. So it's inspired by a column written by the late national artist F. Shanil Jose. Although he is quite problematic with his previous statements, there is this column he wrote that really stuck to me as an artist. And what it basically says is that memory and sentiment are never enough. So memory is our recollection of things, and sentiment is our opinion on those recollections. So he says that they are never enough, and I'll tell you why later. So he further states that you must master the craft of writing and use the language you know best. Respect the word or your practice before you break the rules. Although this was directed to young writers, I apply it to my practice as an artist. So especially as I dwell into the world of storytelling. So in the aforementioned column, the late writer talks about the importance of being able to express your thoughts through pen and paper. For it is an exercise that enhances your wit, and notion of a particular worldview. So, furthermore, it is a form of history and reflection, writing. So even though I am a quote-unquote visual artist, it's still important. It's a still important part of my practice to write stories, to tell stories. So, furthermore, it is a form of history and reflection, self-evaluation even. That's why memory and our sentiment are never enough, because we need to continuously rethink what we do, what we write, what we remember, in order for us to function as social beings. So these ideas are articulated when he wrote your vocation or what you do, your craft, will condemn you to solitude. But remember, he who stands alone is the strongest. Even in your shattering loneliness, remember, you are not writing or creating art for critics or other artists, other people, but you are making it for people like you, who in their silence and perhaps poverty cannot express their aspirations in anguish. You are these people's voice, but only if you have not listened to them or betrayed them. So passion and melancholy should surface to become an artist. But what does this column by the late national artist have to do with my work? So visually, it's a traditional grade 1 pad paper, and then it's presented with the things that I went through. So there are things like prescription pills, non-prescription pills, cigarettes, and bus tickets, as a way to relate them to my experiences. So what does this mean? So our memory is a perception, recollection, and preservation of experiences, both the good and the bad. There are those we reminisce, forget, and choose to forget, but linger. Just like a pad paper, our mistakes, traumas, and burdens will always be there no matter how many times we start over and turn a new leaf. It has to become a part of our lives, whether we wanted it or not. It is important to note that whether the action taken or lack thereof was intentionally or unintentionally done, it is not the definition of our being. It is up to us what to do with all of these baggages or mistakes that we threw away or ripped apart. So I kept the things that it taught me, and as cliche as it sounds, I left the hurt that came along with it. So that's what this piece is about. If you're wondering why the aesthetic is so, I believe that yung sa taas, section 1 pagbabago, I believe that memory has a lot to do with change. So I incorporated that idea. And then Mr. Carabao is an homage to how our grade school teachers would call us that if we forget to write our names. So this is my work. It's entitled What I Got and What I Left. Thank you.
So, moving on, ito yung kay Sabina. Wala siyang nilagyan ng description and unfortunately wala pa siya ngayon kasi sobrang traffic daw sa kanila. So, ito yung dalawang niyang inkworks. Yung main medium niya talaga right now is ink. And he's one from, what I personally know him as tattoo artist siya. And then this is two of the works na naka-display sa kanyang studio. So, yung kanyang parang main motif are faceless faces. And then he incorporated in these two artists. So, sana makakawal siya kamay parang sa doon, sa dito ba si Beth? Picture si Beth. Yes.
Okay lang yung business sa kasi nung time na in-start ng skill, wala talaga mailagay. So, when thinking about that, na-encounter ko itong Pino case from childhood. So, nung nakita ko siya, parang naalala ko bigla yung mother ko. And one of the unexpected moments in my life kasi yung magtatrabaho pa rin siya sa ibang bansa. And parang since sobrang tagal na nga, kumbaga parang one of the realization kasi na kumbaga na-realize ko nga is parang na-took for granted ko yung moment na pwede pala siyang na katabi pa siya pag natutulog. So and at the same time, as a collective memory of others, di ba kilala din yung mga nanay na sinasacrifice nila yung tulog nila sa anak nila. And like, at the same time, parang pag sinasabi nila yun, kahit hindi naiintindihan yung anak. Then at the same time, yung anak, kahit di sila nakapagsalita, kumbaga, parang ito yung response nila. Yun.
Hi everybody, my name is Sophia Posadas. This is my painting, and the title of this painting is Linger. So my take on the theme and this memories is that sometimes memories can be very comfortable and sad at the same time. Kasi parang you want to live it forever, but somehow you have to let it go at some point. So my goal in this painting is to look at that's me. To look sad and comfortable while having the idea that she had to let the memory go. And thank you.
So this is my assemblage work entitled The Garden Grows So Do I. It is also inspired by a text or a book that I've read recently, Homebody Memory by Claudette May Datuit, which centers on the relation of feminists and women in relation to home, body, and memory. So for this, the main idea of my artwork was centered on the garden and how me myself as a person connected to it, which at the same time connects on how bodies and memories has often connected to a specific time and location. So ito yung apat na aspects ng buhay ko, and then yung mga nakapicture dyan is the pictures of me and my family sa garden namin. And then, as you can see, as time went on, paganda ng paganda or nagkaroon ng iba't ibang renovations yung garden namin. And then yung tao dito is actually represents me. And then yung ginawa kong uno is sampagita kasi yun yung pinaka-memorable naming halaman doon. Kaya every time I associate home, I associate it with the flower sampagita. So, ito yung mga twigs na to, nandun sa mismong garden namin, pinulot ko kasi yun nga, kasi palagi nagsished yung tree namin, yung mga branches, kaya parang yun yung nilagay ko dito motif sa assemblage. And then I added scraps of paper as part of yung common aesthetic ko na yung paglalagay ng mga bits and pieces, and then it's like adding bits and pieces of myself sa mismong work. So,
Thank you. So, that's the end of our mini tour. So, if you guys want to go back to work, some works, and then maybe ask the artist, you could do so. But, free na po lahat. But, kung ayaw na po umikot, open na naman po yung refreshment table. Kainan na.
and then you can also enjoy mga performances namin ng mga invited performances. Ayan na.
Congratulations!